It's alright, scattered in mud, it's alright. You're giving me a lie again. And tell me what you want, this time I won't take it to the heart. Cause I know we won't make it out, I've heard it all before. Yeah, tell me what you want, let me hear that I'm the only one. You know that we won't make it out, we've heard it all before. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright.
Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. This was another beautiful morning in Goa. Ready to go? So guys, we are checking out from this hotel and shifting to a beach resort soon. अभी हमारी एक एक्टिविटी बुक्ड है सोल ट्रैवलिंग के साथ. हम जा रहे हैं लेटिन क्वार्टर्स वॉक पे. तो उससे पहले हमने सोचा चेकआउट करके सामान यहीं डाल देते हैं और उसके बाद आके हम बीच रिजॉर्ट पे शिफ्ट हो जाएंगे. इट वाज अ लवली स्टे हियर, वी एंजॉयड अ लॉट. For Latin Quarter walk, we had to travel to Panaji, the current capital of Goa. He was our spoke for the day, Bob. We started our walk from this oldest post office of a nation. It's nearly over 180 years old. यहाँ पे हमने एक special activity भी की, which you will see later in the vlog.
Like I said, if you travel 10 kilometers this way, you'll see the change in architecture. Those buildings came gradually, but the ones we'll be visiting, those ones came around the time of 1790. They even predate the whole ancient city. Okay, so yeah, this building became into a telegraph office. It's like the first phase of a post office. You used to get this wire code, which is called Morse code. You would translate the birth of the internet, that was in 95. Till around that time, anything that had to be sent from the world or from India to Antarctica had to first come to this post office and then was dispatched. So that is why this Panaji post office was also having the nickname the Antarctic post office. What Christianity? Christianity was already prevalent in India 1,500 years before the Portuguese. Typical Goan homes are like this, and the one over here, the red one. And you notice their roofs have this kind of nice semicircle things, right? These initially were the tiles used during the Portuguese era. They got replaced in the 60s by the tiles on top, Mangalorean tiles, the flat ones. Otherwise, from 1500s till around 1960s or so, those tiles were prevalent. They're known as country tiles. And why they were used is a very interesting thing.
The one in between?
Yeah, very close to it. Okay. Now they have been filled, but once upon a time, those semicircles were open. Why they were open, can anyone guess? Very simple. Ventilation. You see, as per science, hot air rises in a house and it escapes. So this was the escape route. In today's modern architecture, our architects have gone so, I wouldn't like to say that. They've gone so dumb. They make a box shape with no escape of ventilation on top. And they put out a fan which is putting all your hot air which is rising and not back down. So you're going to feel very hot in a room which has fan and is enclosed. That is why you require an AC for these modern architecture. Fan can't do anything. Everything to do with a Goan house was to keep the house cool because of the hot and humid climate in Goa throughout the year. But yet at the same time, the brief 3 months of harsh monsoon has to withstand. The building has to withstand that. You'll be surprised to know that, see how fat the walls are, right? Like, I know you can't see it now, but inside also there is.
It's almost as what we can see outside.
Outside is inside. So these are mud walls. None of these structures are made out of stone. Okay? Mud was used because this is how you store your water in earthen pots to keep it naturally cold. Yeah. same thing goes with houses. They decided to do the same thing here. They thought the air inside would remain cold rather than water. The air will remain cold. Next, your tiles were made out of terracotta. Another thing to keep it cold from on top. Plus the ventilation. Plus your floors were made out of a red kind of a thing. Many of the country houses have that red thing, you will have seen it. It's called red oxide. So red oxide used to make sure that your house became very cool from down. So you can imagine the coolness in your house already built up. 4 things are making your house cool. Now comes the protection from rain. How do you think they devised that plan? 2 reasons. You see, the houses outside were lime plastered after the mud walls were made. The lime plaster would protect it from the spray. How the water did not have direct contact with the walls had something to do with your earlier roofs. Have you noticed the first layer of semicircles is inward, and as it goes up, it goes outward? That was in order to make sure that the downpour avoided the walls.
Here we are learning about the Indo-Portuguese styled architecture that has a great purpose and history behind it.
Have a look at it. It's hand painted. You can pass it around. Yeah. So this is a juice.
This doesn't come off when it rains.
Because it has been baked. So they add the dye and then they bake it in the oven. If you were Catholic, it was seen as a disrespect if you passed the house without doing the sign of the cross. You might either see a fountain altar or a cross in the wall. You see another house which has a cross in the wall. Abrio is the surname, which happens to be my surname as well. I come from the house of Abrio.
This beautiful section is known as Fountainhas, also called Latin Quarter of Panjim.
See, you have 4 different properties, and how can you distinguish which belongs to which family? So the color codes came about. You had 5 colors majorly back in the old days because of the natural dyes that they came from.
Yeah.
What do you all think white came from?
Limestone.
Okay, correct. The next one is very difficult to get, but I'll give you a clue. Both red and yellow came from the same source.
Red and yellow.
In fact,
Terracotta has a same. It's the basically one.
you're very
white.
close to it. In fact, I'll tell you that that particular item is lying in and around us on the ground here. But back in the day, they used to also use it to retrieve, as you can see, there's yellow and there's red. The red is red oxide, the yellow is your yellow oxide. But the closest you can get to imagining what this place looked like back in the old days, if you are keep to your left now, in this lane going in front.
After the walk, we visited the oldest bakery of the city and oh my god, it was too pretty. अंदर से एकदम old school bakery vibes थी and ये देखो इनका special oven. We tried some local sweet and savories along with famous kokum drink. How is it? पाव भाजी.
पाव भाजी बहुत बड़ा पाव था।
हाँ.
अगर इसके अंदर रख दिया तो वैसे ही बना। बट इसके अंदर थोड़ी ग्रीन चटनी है।
अच्छा, तुमने रेंजू को लिखा है, मैंने मम्मी को लिखा है.
We are going to a Portuguese house. बहुत पुराना सा घर है और यहाँ पे सारे घर के बाहर जो है ऐसे क्रॉस लगे रहते हैं. ये पुराना कल्चर है कि हर घर के क्रॉस जो है लोग ऐसे करके जाए.
इसके घर में जा रहे हैं
जो कि 186
6 years old पुराना है.
We were so amazed to know about each and every detail and significance of the things present in this house. It really felt like we have been transported back to the history.
Particular way that symbolizes what he is. In this case, if you notice, he's pointing to his heart. So we call it the sacred heart of Jesus. If you see him crucified on a cross, that is just called Jesus Christ. This is the Holy Trinity. Sanskrit. And here on top you have a lot of flower kind of patterns and a lot of depiction about the scenes in China, like you see dragons, you see Chinese related houses and stuff like that. We call them Voltaire.
Voltaire.
That you can see, right? The nice pretty ones from which are red in color. Those come from Burma. So this is your typical what they called as balcony.
Balcony.
Yeah, balcony, which translates to balcony. Relax
For achar.
Yes.
Pickles.
Here in Goa, they used to call them as
This is the wine bottles.
Put it on top of the tsulla. Keep on stirring the pulp of your food. What do you think these two things are? They were used all around the world. Look at the shape, very distinct of the one that you are holding.
The wine?
These pretty pots were used for peeing and spitting by kings in old times here. We were also shocked to know about that.
What do you think?
Seashells.
Actually, very clever. As well as a few other parts of the world, like the Chinese islands and the Philippines, it's called the Pindopane oyster. The name of the species gets its name due to the profession it was used for. And for many years, this is how the oyster looks like, the shell. As you can see, this one is not formed as yet, it's very calcified. Okay? You can't see through. But this is a nice formed one, which is translucent. So translucence is obtained if 5 years the shell is kept on the beach and the waves keep on bashing it with the sand.
There's no terrace.
It's a stairway to heaven.
Oh.
It's a pun on the stairway to heaven song.
Stairs to heaven.
Actually goes to the attic area now. If you see this chest over here, in the olden days, a lot of your clothes were actually kept in these type of chests because they were made out of a particular type of wood. Not sandalwood, but back then there was a very prominent type of wood called camphor wood.
Jaipur, Udaipur, Hawa Mahal. Lots of.
Because everyone guesses what it was used.
Is it for holding or pouring it out?
Right? Gumot. A gumot is our local instrument that we have here in Goa. It's a percussive instrument. You have two sounds that come, one from the terracotta pot, and this is from the skin. Now you all need to guess what skin this is.
Crocodile?
Very close.
Snake?
It looks like a frog, but a little bit smaller.
Alligator?
It's a reptile. Okay. The first word starts is basically the same as the IT technical name for this.
Monitor lizard.
Yes. I'm very good at doing this. This is a monitor lizard. It's called a car over here in our local language. It's like a huge lizard that you get.
Hard.
And the monitor lizard almost went extinct because they used to kill it only for this purpose.
यस कैसा लग रहा है?
पुरानी चेयर बैठी बड़ा बड़ा फील
186 ईयर्स पुरानी। इतनी स्पेसिफिकेशंस है ना यहाँ पे, हर एक चीज़ कि क्या चीज़ किस लिए यूज़ की जाती है, हम बहुत कुछ लर्न करने को मिल रहा है। इट्स रियली इंटरेस्टिंग। अभी हम इस सेक्शन से होके आए थे और अभी एक बहुत अच्छा पिक्चर स्पॉट है, वहाँ हम पिक्चर्स ले रहे हैं।
हाय हेलो बाय।
ये है पंजिम का फेमस एंड वन ऑफ द ओल्डेस्ट बार्स, अ मस्ट विजिट इफ यू वांट टू ट्राई लोकल गोअन ड्रिंक्स।
Green one is for locals and this one domestic. Just drop it. Just drop it.
This whole activity with soul traveling ended here and it took us around 2.5 hours to complete it, and by distance it was 1.5 kilometers.
वो अभी ख़त्म हो गया है और हम अभी पंजिम में ही थोड़ा सा एक्सप्लोर करने निकले हैं। गर्मी में आइसक्रीम इसकी एसी विद आइसक्रीम खाने के लिए यहाँ आ गए। Taste it and tell me which one is good.
और लंच के लिए गए हम वीवा पंजिम। ये एक हेरिटेज होम है जो कि गोअन स्टाइल रेस्टोरेंट में कन्वर्ट किया गया है। इट इज़ मोर देन 150 ईयर्स ओल्ड। यहाँ की स्पेशलिटी है गोअन सी फूड। वी ट्राइड फिश करी एंड इट वॉज रियली गुड हियर। This was all about our day in Panji, and if you want to book your activity with Soul Traveling, you can check out their page. We have mentioned the link in description. Thanks for watching.